CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. What a difference a weekend makes. Friday night on CTV News, we showed you a piece of Crown land in Langford that had been turned into an industrial dumping ground right outside a neighbor's house. The province had told the homeowner that he couldn't touch the junk and also said it could be years before the ministry moved in and got rid of it. But now, just 72 hours later, the cleanup is already underway. CTV News reporter Louise Hartland joins us with a follow-up. Louise.
Hudson, homeowner Dean Ford got an unexpected and very welcome surprise this morning. It is a day Dean Ford thought would never come.
It looks like I think Dan's kid is finally coming to move some of their stuff off the property.
Ford bought this house in October adjacent to a piece of Crown land that looks more like a junkyard. He says since then he has been forced to stare at the disaster. Former owner Dan Young left here when the home was foreclosed on. This is Dan Young's son.
What are you guys doing?
Here to move some stuff.
Does this stuff belong to you?
Nope, not me.
Then why are you moving it? It would be a
job for me to move.
A big job. There are piles of junk, including old oil tanks and containers on this parcel of land, and more than 10 vehicles, including dump trucks, even an oil tanker.
It's diesel fuel or something, it would be my guess.
It's really strong.
The potential for an environmental disaster is Ford's biggest concern. There is a stream just meters away.
With the leaking fuel tanker back there, hopefully they're going to do it properly and make sure everything's cleaned up and they're taking care of the environment as well.
We reached Dan Young by phone.
Hi, is this Dan?
He admits he left the junk, but says none of it poses an environmental hazard.
It is on government land. It's my land, it's your land. It belongs to all of us.
If he hadn't said that he didn't want me on his property, it would have all been cleaned up when we were cleaning up.
But that is not his property. You know that. You just told me it's Crown land.
That's right.
So then why didn't you move it?
So he could look at it for a while.
Ford says the Ministry of Forests, Lands and Natural Resources originally told him the problem was low priority and could take years to clean up. But that, it seems, has changed.
We'll be issuing a trespass notice if the owner fails to remove it shortly here. And that notice will likely require removal within the next, or within 2 to 3 weeks of receiving notice.
When are you planning on getting all this stuff out of here?
This week.
A big relief for an anxious homeowner.
Hopefully they take it all. It's going to take them quite a while to clean all that up, so I'll be happy when it's all gone.
And this Langford land finally starts to look less like a landfill. The Ministry of Forests, Lands and Natural Resource Operations says it is not an isolated case. NDP MLA John Horgan says the government needs to follow through with dumping cases such as this to ensure the mess is cleaned up. Dean Ford took these pictures of Dan Young and his friends loading up this old dump truck with waste from the property this afternoon. Ford says he is surprised the truck even started. It had been sitting on the land for years, covered in moss. And of course, we will be sure to follow up this story as it develops. Hudson.
All right, we will. Louise, thank you.
You're welcome.